What is going on, gamers? It is your man Super Dad Heroics back again with another Madden 18 Ultimate Team video. And in today's video, I'm going to be going over my defensive predictions for the positional heroes for Madden 18. So I already made the offensive one. That one should be out. Should be available for you to watch. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing the defensive version of what I think players that could potentially get positional hero cards, and then I'm going to give a couple of thoughts, but my actual picks will be highlighted in yellow. Now, as I said in my last video, I did not make a kicker or punter, but I said I was going to put them in this video, which I did. So I do have the kicker and punter predictions as well, and then at the end of this, I'll kind of briefly summarize what I said at the end of last video, as far as your investing and stuff like that and whatnot. First and foremost, I want to thank you guys for watching the video. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. Hit that bell icon, and that way anytime I do upload a new video, you will be able to get a notification. I've been trying, been a lot more content that's been coming out in MUT, so I've been trying, the last few times I've been making more MUT videos. We will get back to the Josh Rosen career mode. That will be coming soon, and but we just had so much that's been going on as far as like new MUT content and stuff like that, that I've been busy making MUT content. So for you guys that really enjoyed the career mode, I do apologize, but that will be coming back. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. Not going to waste any time, and we're going to pull it up right here. So here we go, defensive predictions. Now, I gave 2 predictions for each position, and then again, mine will be highlighted in yellow. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and we'll start with the interior part of the defense, the defensive line. Okay, so for the right end, I think Calais Campbell or Everson Griffin for the right end position would be good candidates for the right end spot. Now, I went and I chose Calais Campbell. I felt like Calais Campbell had the biggest impact on the Jacksonville Jaguars this year and was a big reason for their defensive success. He had 14.5 sacks this season, and he did not disappoint. He was a great free agent acquisition, and I definitely think that he is more than deserving of getting the positional hero card, and I believe it'll be his first positional hero in Madden. I think that he is very much in deserving of that one. Going over to the defensive tackle 1 position, and I've got Geno Atkins in there. Geno Atkins had a pretty good year this year with sack-wise. He had some decent tackles. I believe he was in the 40 or 50 range. So, and everybody likes Geno. He's fast, he's got some power, and his cards play really, really well in Madden. So I went ahead, and the other one that I had was Malik Jackson again for Jacksonville. So what I tried to put in there was maybe a guy that had a good amount of sacks and then a power guy. So I've got 2 sack guys, which is your defensive ones, and then I got 2 power guys at defensive tackle 2. But I'm going to go with Geno Atkins from the Cincinnati Bengals. Over to defensive tackle number 2, you've got Damon Harrison and DeForest Buckner. Now, they do come out with 2 defensive tackles for positional heroes, so I went ahead and I chose Damon Harrison from the New York Giants. He had over 70 tackles, he had a 1.5 sack, but the guy is so disruptive in the running game. He's definitely somebody you have the game plan for, and I'm a Giants fan, and this is not a bias, but he is a dominant force on that D-line. So I think that he is deserving of that defensive tackle number 2 spot. Going over to the left end, I've got DeMarcus Lawrence from Dallas and Yannick Ngakoue, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, from Jacksonville. Jacksonville could definitely have a lot of guys on this defensive positional heroes. All of them played phenomenal this year, but I went with DeMarcus Lawrence. DeMarcus Lawrence also had 14 sacks this year. He played phenomenal for the Dallas Cowboys, really came on this year. More than likely he's going to get franchise tagged by Dallas, but I definitely think that he deserves the positional hero card for this year. He definitely proved it with his gameplay. Going over to the right outside linebackers here. So I've got Ryan Kerrigan and Terrell Suggs. Both played very, very well this year at the right outside linebacker spot. But Ryan Kerrigan, 13 sacks at the right outside linebacker spot. And I know a lot of people probably would maybe want like a Telvin Smith or whatnot. But when I looked, Telvin Smith, he only had 102 tackles. I mean, Kerrigan had like maybe 50 tackles, but he had a good amount of sacks. And typically when it comes to outside linebackers, a lot of them are blitzing and stuff like that. So I went with Ryan Kerrigan. You know, I just think that he deserves the card based upon his stats. He had a lot of forced fumbles this year. He had a good amount of sacks. So I definitely think that he is well deserving of that. Going over to the left outside linebacker spot, I have Chandler Jones and Christian Kirksey. I went with Chandler Jones. Again, Chandler Jones led the NFL this year in sacks with 14 and a half, almost 15. Actually, I think Calais Campbell had 14, as well as DeMarcus Lawrence. I think Chandler Jones won that 14 and a half. So they led the NFL in sacks this year. So Chandler Jones definitely over Christian Kirksey from the Cleveland Browns, who also had a really, really good year. A couple of the Cleveland Browns linebackers had good seasons, but I looked at it from a selling standpoint. Maybe the right outside linebacker might be different, but I like Ryan Kerrigan, and I'm going to go with Chandler Jones as well. And in the middle, at the middle linebacker spot, I've got Deion Jones from the Atlanta Falcons. And then I got Preston Brown from Buffalo. Preston Brown did lead the NFL this year when it came with tackles. I believe he had maybe one more than about four other guys. He totaled for about 144 tackles this year. So he definitely played phenomenal for Buffalo this year. But I'm going to go with Deion Jones. Deion Jones' highest overall right now is a 92, and I think definitely he will get the card. So be on the lookout for that. That should be a nasty, nasty user in the linebacker. Going into the secondary, we'll go over to the free safety spot. So I've got Eric Weddle from Baltimore, and then Kevin Byard from Tennessee. Both had very good years. Eric Weddle had 6 interceptions. Kevin Byard had 8 interceptions. I noticed a lot of people using Byard card. Really, really liked it. He has his Team of the Year 94 overall. So I'm going to go with Kevin Byard. I think Kevin Byard probably gets the Team of the Year, or not Team of the Year, but Positional Hero for the free safety from the Tennessee Titans. Going on to cornerback number 2, I've got A.J. Bouye from Jacksonville or Tre'Davious White from Buffalo, and I'm going to go with A.J. Bouye. Now, I know he got a 96 overall Team of the Year card, but his stats, you can't overlook it, and you can't not give him a good card. Now, if they don't give it to him, I won't be surprised, but I don't see them not giving it to him. A.J. Bouye's had a fantastic year this year. Didn't really have a lot of interceptions compared to last year, I believe, but he played very, very well, and I believe he batted down like 30-something passes. He had 34 passes defended, so definitely is well deserving of that as well. Going over to the right side of the defensive backs, I've got Keanu Neal from Atlanta and Micah Hyde from Buffalo. A lot of people like Micah Hyde, but you know what? We really don't have good, hard-hitting safeties this year. I mean, we've got the Ronnie Lotts and stuff like that, and they just gave, Cam Chancellor a card. But I'd like to see Keanu Neal get a card, so I'm going to go with Keanu Neal from Atlanta. He had 116 tackles this year. Really was a stuttered force for their secondary, and he's a monster back there. He's a brute. So he's a younger Cam Chancellor, stronger, I think. So I'm going to go with Keanu Neal for strong safety. And then at cornerback number 1, I have Darius Slay from Detroit and Terrence Mitchell from Kansas City. I went Darius Slay. Darius Slay had 8 interceptions this year. He had over 20 passes defended. I mean, and his best card is, I believe, a 93 or a 94 overall. Definitely needs an upgrade. Very good shutdown corner. I'm going to go with Darius Slay. And then for my kicker and my punter, guys, kicker Greg Zuerlein and Steven Gostkowski. For kickers, I went with Stephen Gostkowski. I believe Greg Zuerlein, he has a 94 overall. Stephen Gostkowski, I believe, doesn't have another card other than his core elite, which is an 88 or an 89 overall. He had a really, really good year for New England, as well as he did hit, I believe, a 62-yard field goal this year. So I'm definitely going to go with Stephen Gostkowski. We'll also be on the lookout for possibly, I believe it's Jake Elliott, the kicker for the Philadelphia Eagles. Be on the lookout for him. He really came on and really didn't get a card this year. So be on the lookout for him to possibly get a card as well. For the punters, Marquette King and Matt Bosher. I just picked two maybe popular, punters. I don't really know anybody that really punts nowadays, and if they do punt or have a punter, it's probably a Bo Jackson or Tom Brady or somebody like that. But I just chose Marquette King just because he seems to be a popular choice. He's got some speed, so I just went with Marquette King for the sake of the exercise here. So I hope you guys enjoy, man. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of my predictions as far as for defensive positional heroes. Do you like them? Do you agree with it? Do you feel like there's probably people that are on here that weren't on here that should be on there? What are your thoughts? Leave them in the comment section. I greatly appreciate it. Now going on to as far as any type of like investments, like I said in my last video, just be smart with your investments as far as look at my prediction, look at everybody's prediction, look at past Maddens and stuff like that. Again, like I said, typically what they used to do is they would have specific gold players, possibly silver players that would be required, as well as some elites. Last year they changed that to where you could put any up. I don't think any silver players went in there. I think it was just any gold. So any gold player, but they had it to where you had to put elite badges. Last year we had elite badges. This year I feel like they're going to be implementing more of the gold team tokens and elite tokens into these sets. So be sure that you're stacking up on those guys for each team, because I do feel like they are obviously going to be team oriented when you're doing the sets. And then as far as the core elites, be smart when you're purchasing them. Look at their prices, look what they're going for, and go from there. A lot of them are probably going to be to what to where their core elite is going to go in there. You're not going to have to probably put their team of the year or team of the week or whatever player in there. But for instance, for the sake of this argument, let's go ahead and we'll look at, say, we'll look at Darius Slay. So let's look at the lines. I believe Darius Slay had like an 88 overall card, or maybe it was an 86 overall. Okay, it was an 87 overall. All right, so Darius Slay, 87 overall. So for instance, right now Darius Slay going for 16, 18K. I'd probably buy like 3 of these. If it's 20K or less, you could probably invest on more likely like maybe 3. If it's 30K or more, I would maybe invest in like 1, because chances are if it's like 30K or not, you're not really going to see much of a jump in price with those cards. They'll probably maybe go up 5 or 10K. It's not a crazy amount. So your investments, and it's a high risk. If they're like this, 16, 18, 19K, 20K or less, I would invest in maybe 2, 3, or 4, because potentially these could go up to about 30K, 40K, and you can make that money back. So overall, that's what I would look at. Now, when it comes to the kickers and punters, guys, last year you had to put all gold and every elite punter into the sets. That also included Football Outsiders. If I'm not mistaken, included Football Outsiders. It included Thanksgiving. It included a lot of kickers. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it did. So be on the lookout at your kickers and your punters. A lot of them are very high in price and stuff like that. Now, I don't know, because of how highly expensive the kickers are when it comes to like the Football Outsiders and all this other stuff and whatnot. Not limited times, but ones that you can get, guys like Greg Zuerlein and stuff like that. Not limited time ones, but ones that maybe got a Football Outsider, you potentially may have to put those into the sets, or it just may be correlates of every overall and golds as well. So that's what they did last year. Be on the lookout for that when it comes to your kickers and your punters. Again, save up on your team gold tokens, your elite tokens, maybe even silver team tokens. Just be on the lookout for that. Start saving up. Positional heroes, if they're going to drop them, could drop as early as this week. So be on the lookout for that. And that's pretty much it, guys. Again, be smart with your investments. Make sure that you're not over-investing on it. Look at how much coin you have. Think about how much you want to invest, and then be smart about it. That's pretty much all I got for you guys. I hope that you guys liked the video. If you guys do, leave a comment. Put a like on it. Let me know that you liked it. If you have any questions, concerns, or you have any ideas or anything like that, any thoughts on the bracket that I made, you think that there should have been somebody on there that wasn't, leave everything inside the comment section. Again, I appreciate your guys' feedback because that's how I'm going to make this channel better. Again, I'm Super Dad Heroics. Appreciate you guys watching. Be sure to stay heroic, guys. Enjoy Madden, and I'm out.